We've all experienced that gut feeling of knowing things without really knowing why, and it's usually a feeling we just can't explain. This emotion is what's referred to as intuition or gut feelings. It's called a gut feeling because that's where you'll probably feel it. There's often a sensation in the gut area that's almost like butterflies in your stomach or a deep feeling at your core. Some people, however, say this feeling can be felt more around the heart or throughout the body. Though gut feelings often seem to come out of nowhere, they aren't random, and they don't originate from the gut, as people think. The connection between your gut and brain makes it possible for emotional experiences to register as gastrointestinal distress. When you feel like something's wrong, or you get anxious or fearful, you might experience stomach twinges, nausea, or pain. Whenever we get these feelings, we sometimes doubt and fail to act on them. This is understandable since it's hard to distinguish whether it's genuine or not. Therefore, in today's Wisdom Prodigy video, we'll be talking about 7 gut feelings you should never ignore. Number 1. Sense of danger. There's this situation where you feel unsafe, and your gut is telling you there might be trouble ahead. You just know you have to remove yourself from the situation as if you can almost predict the danger. In such a scenario, listen to that voice that tells you to go the other way. Your instincts can always sense when you're in danger and help you avoid a potentially dangerous situation. Don't ignore this feeling, even if it turns out to be wrong. There's a reason why your instinct was trying to pull you back. Our ability to pick up on a potentially threatening or dangerous situation is certainly a helpful skill. And it's not uncommon to get that sinking feeling when you're afraid. It's always important to pay attention to your circumstances whenever you feel you aren't safe. Some may agree with you, and some may say you're being a bit paranoid. But your perception of the situation is the one that matters. When your intuition warns you, you should act immediately. Acting on your intuition can feel awkward or embarrassing sometimes, but never let these feelings stop you from being safe. You and your safety are more important than anyone's embarrassment or inconvenience. If a voice is telling you not to go through with something or to stay away from someone, whatever it may be, you can always feel it in your gut when something bad is about to happen. So don't ignore it. Number 2. Having the impression that someone else is in danger. Your instincts not only tell you when you're in danger, but when others are in trouble as well. Listen to your gut, and you might end up saving someone's life or keeping them away from harm. Sometimes it's better to ask and be thought of as a weirdo than to stay quiet when someone needs help. Have you ever walked past someone and felt this pull to ask if they're okay? While you might think of your gut instincts as something you've kept mostly to avoid danger, the human species has evolved an equally powerful capacity to sense when our fellow human beings need support. Compassion is one of our most basic instincts, and we've evolved to be able to recognize when others need our help or support. Since evolution has made you a quick reader of faces and their emotional signals, you don't always need to wait for a verbal cue before you reach out. Some people are hardwired to quickly read faces and emotions. Number 3. Feeling I'm making a mistake. You might not immediately pick up signs of danger, but your subconscious can, and for this reason, you need to trust it whenever it tells you something's wrong. This will often be a strong, distinct feeling of uneasiness, one that's meant to let you know that what you're doing isn't right. Getting attuned to your emotions, thoughts, and physical sensations will give you information to make choices about what feels right for you in any given situation. Don't do something if it doesn't seem right to you. Don't attempt to apply logic or reason it out. You may not understand it at that point, but there's a reason why you're feeling this way. Your instincts are simply trying to save you from doing something you'll regret. Number 4. Feelings I'm not feeling well. Have you ever had a nagging feeling you were getting sick, or that something was off with your body, and it turned out to be true? Many of us are guilty of not listening to twinges and aches, but experiencing any sort of discomfort or pain is the body's way of informing you that something isn't quite right. We ignore these feelings, thinking it's no big deal, until the point where these small problems become big ones. We know our bodies better than anyone else and can often pick up on subtle changes and imbalances. Our bodies are powerful, intuitive communicators, so getting checked out would be the safest bet. If your gut is telling you something is wrong, don't ignore it. Intuition allows you to get the first warning signs when anything is off in your body so that you can address it. If you have a gut feeling about your body that something is toxic, weak, or off, listen to it. Intuition allows you to get the first warning signs when anything is off in your body so that you can address it. If your body doesn't feel well, don't wait for it to get worse. Look out for those signs that there's something wrong with you, either physically, mentally, or emotionally. And don't be so quick to dismiss your gut feeling that you're not well. If you have a gut feeling about your body, listen to it. Number 5. I have a great idea. The excitement over an opportunity or new beginning is another gut feeling a lot of us have but tend to ignore. In our hearts, we know that we are capable of achieving our dreams, but at times we allow our fears and insecurities to tell us otherwise. However, these are the dreams that can get you through the worst of days. Whenever you're struggling, your dreams are your reason to keep going. A lot of people struggle with pursuing their dreams, and many of us have a difficult time dealing with the uncertainty that goes along with taking risks. A feeling of unease grows out of not knowing the outcome and the fear of potential failure. The idea you have for your next big move might be risky, but if your gut is persistently telling you to take the risk anyway, go for it. Taking risks doesn't mean succeeding all the time, and that's okay. Going through with something that you aren't sure about can lead to failure, but on the bright side, it helps you grow as a person. Each time self-doubt creeps in, it masks our excitement with fear and makes us second-guess ourselves. If you receive an opportunity that excites you or inspires you, go for it. Don't be held up by limiting beliefs and listen to what your gut says. It might be scary in the beginning, but it will definitely be worth it in the end. Number 6. I have a gut feeling that this is the right thing to do. It goes without saying that when your gut feeling is trying to communicate something to you, it's worth listening to. Instincts are often mysterious and spontaneous, but you don't always need to understand them, just follow them. Clear your head, quiet your fears, and allow yourself to be guided by that little voice inside. When you follow your heart and allow yourself to be guided by your gut, everything else falls into place. That feeling of it just being right is what makes or breaks a decision. It sounds cliched to say it, but when something feels perfect, your instincts will tell you. Following your heart means you're able to make decisions that are in line with your values and concerns. This is a sign that you've found something meaningful. Following your heart leads to choices that are deeply satisfying and maximize the quality of life. Always listen to your instincts when it comes to knowing what's right for you. When you find yourself drawn to someone or something that you really want to pursue, it's your inner voice letting you know you're exactly where you should be. You feel happy and content because, deep down, you know you're doing something right. It all comes so easily and effortlessly that you don't even need to think about it. You just know when you know. Once your intuition signals that you've found something or someone truly right for you, the choice often becomes strangely easy. Number 7. Feelings like you know someone. Gut feelings aren't always negative. They can be quite pleasant sometimes. If you've met a new person, for example, romantically or not, their presence might give you a very good vibe. There is a sensation in your stomach that feels warm and safe and happy. Have you ever experienced a deep and profound connection with someone you came across for the first time? You realize there is an instant connection, almost like you knew them in another life. There's this instant pull that defies logic, a strange attraction beyond reason. You may feel as though you've known them for a very long time. It's like you're reconnecting with a long-lost friend. You feel the compulsion to connect with them and get to know them better, even if you barely know anything about them. This feeling shouldn't be ignored. Don't brush that instinct off because there's most probably a reason why they came into your life. Whether they stay for good or leave as quickly as they entered your life. You might not be able to explain why you think you're meant to meet this person, but you know that it's not the normal way you'd want to meet a friend or potential partner. So, those are examples of some of the intuitions we get from time to time. But should you really trust your gut feelings? You see, gut feelings are physical manifestations of our intuition, but they're not always accurate. With time, you get better at being able to tell when you're getting a gut feeling that should be trusted. Over time, these feelings will get stronger and clearer, and you'll feel better equipped to act on them. That being said, when your gut is trying to communicate something to you, it's worth listening carefully to. Instincts are often spontaneous and mysterious, but you don't always need to understand them. Clear your head and allow yourself to be guided by your inner voice. Everything else falls into place when you follow your heart and start trusting your gut. And that's the video for today, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it. And with that said, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.